Hey guys, what's going on? It's djTLM. You're watching djTLMtv. It's Monday, time for a new Q&A video, but I have to start this off by apologizing because the last couple of weeks, it has been a little bit shaky when it comes to my steady programming. So I promise to improve because I gave you a steady schedule so you can know when to expect the Q&A videos and Saturday sessions and stuff like that. Last week was a holiday over here. Spent a lot of time with my kids, and I'm not going to apologize for that. But if I give you a steady schedule, then I need to keep up with that. So I will do better. Now, for today's question, I go to Twitter, and I received a question on my djTLMtv account. That's at djTLMtv. And the question is, while you're DJing, how often should you interact with the crowd? In other words, how often should you grab the mic and start talking? No rules. There's no set amount of times you should interact with a crowd because it all depends on the crowd and the vibe. You have to imagine, if you have a dead crowd, and this will happen sometimes, and it won't be your fault. You're playing the right music, the crowd just somehow isn't into it, or they're just dead. I've been to places where people just don't show emotion, and I had to check the guys at the door after I was done playing, like, what's up with the people? And they told me, yo, they had a great time. This is how they always react. They don't react. So next time I came there, I knew that that's how they are at that certain venue in that certain city. It's going to be different anywhere. But I've had different gigs. That's an exception though. But I've had gigs where you play all sorts of stuff, try to see what works for the crowd, and somehow they're just not the right crowd. Either there's not enough people, or not enough party people, or they're not drunk enough, whatever it is. Now, if you have a dead crowd and you grab the mic, you try to hype them up. And even if it's just a simple, if you're ready to party, make some noise, corny, but that's just a standard line, and you get no reaction. You could try it again a little bit later, but if you get no reaction again, it's pretty obvious that it's not going to work. So in that case, you should not be grabbing the mic a lot of times to try and get them to interact, because they're not going to do that. It's just not going to be that type of night. Then you have different situations where the crowd is just going crazy with everything you're playing. In that case, I will get more hype as well, and that will lead to more interaction. Not all the time. Sometimes I get so caught up in the music that I just hit them with banger after banger. But sometimes you do feel that you want to interact with them and grab that mic and call out certain people in the crowd, even if it's just like, okay, taking y'all back with this one. This is for all the b-boys in the place, and plays old school b-boy anthem, whatever. Or ladies, where you at? Make some noise. Do a back and forth thing, and they're with it. And then you play 2 or 3 songs that get them all excited. In that case, you're going to be grabbing that mic more. Now, of course, we're talking about a scenario where there's not an MC present at the gig already. That's a different situation as well. It all depends on you. If you do not like to grab a microphone and they have an MC, then it's up to the MC. Keep in mind, though, this relates to the subject. You could be playing at certain venues, and that particular party that's going on that night, and you're playing there, has an MC. Don't be afraid to communicate with that MC, because sometimes the MC might be feeling a different vibe than you're feeling. And I've had this happen, like MCs that could not stop talking. They would not stop talking through the songs, the wrong parts, messing up the vibe. Then you have to communicate, because if I'm grabbing the mic, I know where I want to say something. And sometimes I get MCs and I can see that they feel that. They know when they should and when they shouldn't open their mouth. Sometimes you have MCs who don't have a clue. They think it's their job to scream through that mic all night long. Don't be afraid to have a little bit of communication with them and let them know, like, yo, for this next part, I want you to keep it down to a minimum. It's not always going to be easy. Egos can get bruised sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's not MC blah blah's performance. It's your time slot, DJ, whoever you are. And you don't want an MC to ruin what you're doing. So, like I said, it's a little bit off topic, but it is relatable. But back to the original subject. If you're the one emceeing, do what feels right for you, but also definitely keep your eyes on the crowd. If they're dead, don't do it. If they're hype, you can do it whenever you feel like doing it. That's all I got to say when it comes to that. So I hope this helps you out. You know what it is. Thumbs up if you enjoyed that info, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. You can always email me, djTLMtv at djTLM.com if you have any questions or if you want to request a video. And of course, check me in the comments section or on Twitter as well. I'm going to drop some extra Q&A videos this week because I let you down last week. So stay tuned for the next video. Peace.